George Wendt is a name that instantly brings a smile to many faces. He is an actor who became a fixture in American living rooms. For over a decade, he was a comforting and familiar presence. His ability to portray an everyman resonated deeply with audiences. This connection made him more than just an actor, he felt like an old friend. Many will immediately picture him in a specific beloved setting. This setting was a Boston bar, a place where everybody knows your name. His character there cemented his place in television history, a true testament to his skill. The power of television is its ability to create lasting icons. George Wendt is undoubtedly one of these figures. His portrayal of Norm Peterson on the hit series Cheers made him a household name. The show itself was a cultural phenomenon, running for 11 successful seasons. Wendt was a crucial part of that ensemble cast. His character represented something relatable and genuine. People saw a bit of themselves or someone they knew in Norm. This widespread recognition is a rare achievement for any performer in the competitive world of entertainment. It speaks volumes about his talent. Beyond the single role that defined a generation's viewing habits, Wendt's appeal lies in his consistent quality. He brought a certain authenticity to every performance. It wasn't just about delivering lines, it was about embodying a character. This made his work memorable and impactful. Even in smaller roles, he often stood out. This is the mark of a truly gifted character actor. His face became synonymous with a certain brand of warm, accessible humor. He didn't need elaborate setups. His presence alone could evoke comfort and amusement. The significance of George Wendt extends beyond mere popularity. He represents a particular era of television comedy, an era where ensemble casts and witty dialogue reigned supreme. His contributions helped shape the landscape of sitcoms. The characters from Cheers are still discussed and celebrated today. Wendt's Norm is a key reason for that enduring legacy. This introduction will begin to explore the man behind the famous barfly. We will delve into his journey and the lasting impact he has made on entertainment, starting with that unforgettable role. When you mention the name Norm Peterson, a specific image comes to mind. It is the image of a man walking into a bar. As he enters, a chorus of voices shouts his name, Norm! This simple, repeated greeting became iconic. It was a hallmark of the television show, Cheers. George Wendt embodied Norm Peterson perfectly. He made the character feel real and incredibly likable. Norm was the affable, beer-loving accountant who always had a witty remark. He was a fixture at the bar, a dependable presence for viewers tuning in each week. Norm Peterson was more than just a background character. He was integral to the show's heart. His interactions with the other patrons and staff were consistently hilarious. His running gags, like his unseen wife Vera, became legendary. Audiences loved Norm's laid-back attitude and his philosophical musings on life, usually delivered over a pint. He represented a sense of community and belonging. The bar was his sanctuary, and viewers felt welcomed there too. George Wendt's portrayal was so natural that it was easy to forget he was acting. He simply was Norm. The character of Norm resonated deeply with the American public for several reasons. He was relatable in his everyday struggles and his simple pleasures. Many viewers saw him as a charming underdog, always ready with a self-deprecating joke. In a world that can often feel complex and demanding, Norm offered a sense of easy comfort. His unwavering loyalty to his barstool and his friends was endearing. He wasn't a hero in the traditional sense, but he was a hero of the ordinary. This made him incredibly popular and a standout in a cast full of memorable personalities. The impact of Norm Peterson on popular culture cannot be overstated. The character became a symbol of bar culture itself. His lines were quoted and his persona was imitated. George Wendt's performance earned him critical acclaim and multiple Emmy nominations. It demonstrated his exceptional comedic timing and his ability to create a beloved character. Norm was the kind of guy everyone wished they could share a beer with. This widespread affection cemented his place as one of television's most cherished figures, a true American television icon. His presence defined a key aspect of the show's enduring success. While Norm Peterson is undoubtedly George Wendt's most famous role, his career is far more extensive. It is easy for such an iconic character to overshadow an actor's other work. However, Wendt has demonstrated his versatility across various mediums. He has appeared in numerous films, television shows, and even stage productions. This introduction aims to acknowledge the giant shadow cast by Cheers but also to peek beyond it. There is a rich tapestry of performances that showcase his range and talent. His journey in entertainment is a fascinating one. Exploring George Wendt's work outside of Cheers reveals an actor capable of more than just comedic relief. He has taken on dramatic roles, showcasing a different side of his abilities. His film credits include memorable appearances in movies like Fletch, Gung Ho, and House. Each role, though perhaps not as globally recognized as Norm, added to his reputation as a reliable and skilled performer. He brought a unique presence to every project he undertook. This demonstrates a commitment to his craft beyond the comfort of a long-running, successful sitcom. Wendt's career began long before he stepped onto the set of the Boston Bar. He honed his craft in the famed Second City comedy troupe in Chicago. This improvisational theater group is a legendary training ground for comedic actors. His time there undoubtedly shaped his comedic timing and his ability to create memorable characters. This foundation in improvisational comedy provided him with skills that would serve him well throughout his career. It taught him to be quick-witted and adaptable, qualities evident in many of his performances on screen and stage. Therefore, to truly understand George Wendt's legacy, we must look at the entirety of his contributions. His impact on television comedy is undeniable, largely due to Norm, but his broader work in film and theater also deserves recognition. This essay will delve into his early life and the experiences that shaped him. We will examine how he broke into the industry, and of course we will celebrate the phenomenon that was Norm Peterson, but we will also shine a light on the other facets of his enduring career, painting a fuller picture of this beloved actor. George Robert Wendt III was born on October 17, 1948. He entered the world in the bustling city of Chicago, Illinois. Raised in the Beverly neighborhood, his father was a realtor and naval officer, and his mother a homemaker. Growing up in a large Irish Catholic family, he attended local Catholic schools. Later, he studied economics at Rockhurst College before being expelled. After leaving Rockhurst College, George Wendt explored various jobs and paths. He wasn't immediately drawn to acting. Instead, he explored different avenues. These experiences enriched his understanding of people. Eventually, he gravitated towards Chicago's theater scene. He discovered a passion for comedy and performance. This decision set him on a path to success. George Wendt's journey into professional comedy took a significant turn when he found the Second City. This legendary Chicago theater, founded in 1959, was a training ground for comedic talents. Wendt joined its touring company and main stage cast, learning improvisational comedy. This experience shaped his comedic timing and character development. It gave him a distinct advantage in television and film. After cutting his teeth at the Second City, George Wendt sought professional acting roles. He transitioned from live theater to film and television, starting with small roles. These early roles were crucial for gaining experience and building connections. He appeared in films like My Bodyguard and Somewhere in Time. A notable TV appearance was in a 1981 episode of Taxi. His Second City training made him a strong candidate for ensemble work. The audition for Norm Peterson on Cheers was the turning point in his career. The early 1980s saw the genesis of a new sitcom. Cheers aimed to capture the camaraderie of a neighborhood bar. The creators, Glenn and Les Charles and James Burrows, had a distinct vision. They were seasoned television writers and directors. They wanted to create a show with realistic characters and witty dialogue. Cheers was conceived as an ensemble piece. Each character needed to be unique yet relatable. The search for the perfect cast was crucial. They needed actors who could embody these roles naturally. The role of Norm Peterson, the bar's most dedicated regular, was particularly important for establishing the show's atmosphere. George Wendt's name emerged during the casting process. His background in Chicago's Second City was a significant asset. Improvisational theater experience often translates well to sitcoms. It hones comedic timing and character creation skills. Wendt had also accumulated several small film and television roles. These demonstrated his capabilities to casting directors. When he auditioned for Norm Peterson, something clicked. He reportedly read for the part with an understated authenticity. He wasn't trying too hard. He simply embodied the essence of the character. This natural fit made a strong impression on the creators, who were looking for genuine portrayals. What made George Wendt the ideal choice for Norm? It was his inherent everyman quality. He looked and sounded like someone you might actually meet in a local bar. There was no pretense, no artifice. He had a warmth and an approachable demeanor. The creators recognized that Wendt could make Norm lovable despite his quirks. Norm was envisioned as a man who spent a lot of time avoiding his wife and running up a tab. In the wrong hands, such a character could be unlikable. Wendt, however, possessed a gentle comedic charm that made Norm endearing from the very start. The moment George Wendt was officially cast as Norm Peterson marked a turning point. It was the beginning of an incredible journey. This role would come to define a large part of his professional life. Cheers was designed as a true ensemble show. Wendt's ability to play off other actors was vital. His low-key style complemented the more flamboyant characters. He became an anchor in the group dynamic. The news of securing the role must have been thrilling. It was a chance to be part of a promising new series from respected creators, a stable job for an actor, and the start of something truly special. One of the most enduring elements of Cheers was born with Norm Peterson's entrance. Every time Norm walked into the bar, the entire establishment would erupt in a welcoming shout, "Norm!" This simple, repeated greeting became a television institution. It was a Pavlovian cue for laughter and comfort for millions of viewers. This iconic entrance was established very early in the series. It immediately defined Norm's status as the ultimate regular. It also highlighted the bar's character as a place where everybody truly knows your name. The greeting was more than a joke. It was a symbol of belonging. Norm Peterson, as expertly portrayed by George Wendt, was a masterpiece of character creation. He was the perpetually thirsty accountant, often unemployed or underemployed. His unseen wife, Vera, became a legendary running gag, usually the subject of his witty complaints. Norm always had a clever quip ready, often a self-deprecating remark about his life or his love for beer. He was a fixture on his specific bar stool, a comforting and reliable presence for the other characters and for the audience at home. His bar tab was famously extensive, yet he was always welcomed. Wendt brought a subtle intelligence to Norm's seemingly simple observations. George Wendt's contribution to shaping Norm went far beyond simply reciting lines. His impeccable comedic timing was crucial. He delivered Norm's jokes with a perfect blend of dry wit and affability. His facial expressions, often a subtle glance or a weary sigh, added layers to the character. While Cheers was tightly scripted, Wendt's Second City background likely allowed him to inhabit Norm fully. He made the character feel completely authentic. He wasn't just playing a barfly, he was embodying a very specific, hilariously human individual. This depth made Norm more than a caricature, it made him beloved. The on-screen chemistry between George Wendt and the rest of the Cheers cast was undeniable. His interactions with John Ratzenberger, who played the know-it-all mailman Cliff Clavin, were a highlight. Norm and Cliff's banter, often involving obscure facts and good-natured ribbing, became a beloved staple. Norm served as the perfect straight man or counterpoint to the other, often more eccentric personalities in the bar. This ensemble dynamic was the heart of Cheers. Each actor, Wendt included, contributed to a harmonious and hilarious whole, making the bar feel like a real place filled with genuine, if quirky, friends. Norm Peterson captured the hearts of audiences because he was the ultimate everyman. He wasn't a dashing hero or a brilliant scientist, he was an ordinary guy dealing with ordinary frustrations. Many viewers saw a reflection of themselves or people they knew in Norm. His desires were simple: a cold beer, a comfortable seat, and good company. This relatability was a key component of his appeal. In a television landscape often filled with aspirational characters, Norm was refreshingly down-to-earth. George Wendt's portrayal made this ordinary man extraordinarily likable, a friend everyone wished they had. The humor surrounding Norm often stemmed from his everyday predicaments. His constant efforts to avoid his wife, Vera, were a source of endless amusement. His witty excuses and observations about married life struck a chord with many. His struggles with employment and his deep commitment to his bar stool were also played for laughs. Yet, beneath the humor, there was a sense of gentle resignation that many could understand. Norm found his solace at Cheers, and viewers found solace in watching him. He represented a form of escape, not just for himself, but for the audience tuning in each week. For many viewers, Norm Peterson became a symbol of comfort and stability. In a rapidly changing world, Cheers offered a familiar haven. Norm was always there on his stool ready with a quip. His presence was reassuring. The bar itself, with Norm as its most loyal patron, felt like a welcoming space. He embodied the spirit of the neighborhood gathering spot, a place where you could unwind and be yourself. This consistent, comforting presence was a significant reason why people tuned in week after week, year after year, seeking that familiar warmth and laughter. Beyond the jokes and the beer, George Wendt imbued Norm with a subtle depth. There were moments when Norm offered surprising wisdom or displayed unwavering loyalty to his friends. He wasn't just a two-dimensional comedic figure. He had a good heart, even if it was sometimes hidden beneath layers of sarcasm. Wendt's performance allowed these nuances to shine through. He could convey a range of emotions with a simple look or a slight change in tone. This ability to make Norm both hilarious and human was a testament to Wendt's skill as an actor, and a core reason for the character's enduring popularity. Cheers was a cultural phenomenon, premiering in 1982 and running for 11 seasons. It won numerous awards and set a new standard for sitcoms. George Wendt's role as Norm Peterson catapulted him to stardom. He became a household name and received 6 Emmy nominations. Norm's popularity also brought the challenge of typecasting. Wendt worked to showcase his versatility beyond Cheers. The atmosphere on the set of Cheers is often described as being like a close-knit family. For 11 seasons, the cast and crew spent long hours together, crafting the show that became a television legend. Director James Burrows was known for fostering a collaborative and supportive environment. Many anecdotes from the time speak to the genuine camaraderie among the actors. They rehearsed meticulously, but there was also room for spontaneity and fun. This positive working environment undoubtedly contributed to the on-screen chemistry and the overall quality of the series, making it a joy to watch. George Wendt was known for his professionalism and his easygoing nature on set. He was a reliable and consistent presence, much like his character Norm. He was well liked by his colleagues, known for his quick wit and down-to-earth personality. In an ensemble cast, having dependable actors who deliver consistently is invaluable. Wendt's Second City background meant he understood the importance of teamwork in comedy. He was a generous performer, always ready to support his fellow actors. This contributed significantly to the harmonious atmosphere that allowed Cheers to thrive for so many years. The long years spent working together on Cheers forged strong and lasting friendships among the cast members. George Wendt developed close bonds with his co-stars, including Ted Danson, Rhea Perlman, John Ratzenberger, Woody Harrelson, Kelsey Grammer, Shelley Long, and Kirstie Alley. These relationships extended beyond the set, with many of them remaining friends long after the show ended. The shared experience of being part of such a cultural phenomenon created a unique connection. These friendships are a testament to the positive and familial environment cultivated during the show's production. When Cheers finally concluded its remarkable 11-season run in May 1993, it was an emotional moment for the cast, crew, and millions of viewers. The finale was a major television event, watched by an enormous audience. For George Wendt, saying goodbye to Norm Peterson and the Cheers family must have been bittersweet. It marked the end of a significant and defining chapter in his life and career. He often expressed gratitude for the experience and acknowledged the incredible legacy of the show. Norm Peterson was more than just a role. He was a character who brought joy to many, and Wendt was proud of his part in that enduring story. The final episode of Cheers aired in May 1993. This marked the end of an era. George Wendt faced a new professional chapter. Norm Peterson was a television legend. This incredible success brought immense recognition. However, such an iconic role could also typecast an actor. Wendt was now free to explore different characters. He approached this new phase with thoughtful consideration. The challenge was to show audiences his versatility. He aimed to build a career beyond the beloved Boston bar. Wendt did not shy away from new opportunities. He actively sought roles that differed from Norm. He looked at film projects. He considered new television series. The stage also held a strong appeal for him. His goal was to showcase his range as a performer. It was important to demonstrate that he was more than just one character. This period required careful navigation. He needed to leverage his Cheers fame wisely. At the same time, he had to avoid being confined by it. His Second City training had prepared him for diverse challenges. Soon after Cheers concluded, Wendt took on varied projects. In 1994, he even stepped behind the camera. He directed the television movie Hostage for a Day. This film starred John Candy, another Second City alumnus. Even during the height of Cheers, George Wendt made notable film appearances. These roles showcased his talent beyond the sitcom format. He co-starred in the popular comedy Fletch in 1985, playing the character Fat Sam. This was opposite Chevy Chase in the title role. Wendt reprised this memorable part in the 1989 sequel, Fletch Lives. His performance as the amiable, somewhat shady informant was well received, demonstrating his comedic abilities in a different context. These films were successful and broadened his visibility to movie audiences. Another significant film during this period was Gung Ho in 1986, a comedy directed by Ron Howard. Wendt starred alongside Michael Keaton playing Hunt Stevenson, a laid-back American auto worker. The film explored cultural clashes between American and Japanese work ethics. Wendt's character provided much of the comedic heart, representing the American everyman perspective. His chemistry with Keaton was a highlight. Gung Ho was a commercial success, further establishing Wendt as a capable film actor, skilled in ensemble comedy. Wendt also ventured into the horror comedy genre, starring in the cult classic House in 1986. He played Harold Gorton, the friendly but nosy neighbor. This role was a departure from his usual comedic fare and allowed him to explore a different kind of character. He returned for the sequel, House 2: The Second Story, in 1987. These films have since gained a dedicated following, demonstrating Wendt's willingness to experiment with diverse genres. After Cheers concluded, George Wendt remained a familiar face on television. He made numerous guest appearances on various shows, keeping him active and visible to audiences. Guest spots allowed him to play a wide array of characters, stepping into different comedic or dramatic situations briefly. This was a good way to showcase his versatility without committing to a long-running series. Each appearance was a reminder of his talent and likability. He often brought a spark to the episodes he was in, making them memorable. Some of his guest appearances were particularly notable. He famously appeared as himself in an episode of Seinfeld. In the episode titled The Trip, Part 2, Jerry and George Costanza encounter Wendt in Hollywood. They of course shout Norm when they see him. He also appeared on Wings, a show created by Cheers producers. He played himself, alongside John Ratzenberger, in a meta-nod to their famous characters. He also had roles on Spin City, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Becker, among many others. These appearances kept him connected with television audiences. In 1995, George Wendt starred in his own sitcom, aptly titled The George Wendt Show. He played George Coleman, a radio talk show host, set in Madison, Wisconsin. The show featured Wendt as the central character, surrounded by his family and colleagues. The series aimed to capture his everyman appeal. Unfortunately, the show did not achieve the same level of success as Cheers. It ran for only one season on CBS. George Wendt's acting roots are deeply embedded in the theater. His formative years at the Second City instilled a love for live performance. The immediacy of audience reaction is unique to the stage. After achieving television fame, Wendt often returned to his theatrical origins. The stage offered him different challenges and rewards, allowing him to tackle complex characters and classic texts. For Wendt, theater was not just a starting point, it remained an important and fulfilling part of his ongoing career as an actor. One of his most acclaimed stage roles was in the play Art. Yasmina Reza's witty comedy explores friendship and modern art. Wendt performed in the play on Broadway in 1998, starring alongside esteemed actors Alan Alda and Alfred Molina. The production was a critical and commercial success, and Wendt's performance was highly praised. He later reprised his role in the London West End production. Art demonstrated his skill in a sophisticated ensemble piece, highlighting his ability to handle sharp dialogue and subtle character work on a prestigious stage. Perhaps one of his most surprising and celebrated stage roles was Edna Turnblad in the hit musical Hairspray. This role required him to dress in drag, sing, and dance. Wendt embraced the challenge with gusto. He first played Edna on Broadway, succeeding Harvey Fierstein, and then took the role on national tours. His portrayal of Edna was warm, funny, and heartfelt. It was a transformative performance that delighted audiences and showcased a completely different side of his talents, far removed from Norm Peterson. A voice for all seasons, animation, and continued visibility. George Wendt's recognizable voice has also found a home in animation. Voice acting requires a unique set of skills. Actors must convey emotion and character solely through vocal performance. Wendt's warm, distinctive tones made him a natural fit for this medium. He has lent his voice to a variety of animated television shows and films. This work has allowed him to reach new generations of audiences. It also provided another avenue for him to showcase his comedic talents. Voice acting offers a different kind of creative freedom for performers. He played Mr. Dupet, the grumpy boss, in the Nickelodeon series Rocko's Modern Life. This role allowed him to use his comedic timing in a purely vocal context. He also made a memorable appearance on The Simpsons. In the episode Fear of Flying, Homer visits a new bar. There he encounters animated versions of the Cheers gang. Wendt voiced his iconic character, Norm Peterson. He has also lent his voice to shows like Family Guy and American Dad. These appearances often playfully reference his famous persona, showing his good humor. Beyond scripted roles, George Wendt's familiar presence has been utilized in commercials. His everyman appeal and trustworthy image made him an effective spokesman. He notably appeared in a series of commercials for State Farm Insurance. The simple, enthusiastic greeting "Norm" became far more than just a recurring joke on Cheers. It transformed into a genuine pop culture phenomenon, instantly recognizable even to those who might not have watched the show regularly. This iconic shout symbolized camaraderie, welcome, and the comfort of a familiar place. It was a testament to how deeply the character of Norm Peterson and George Wendt's portrayal resonated with the public. The greeting captured a universal desire to be recognized and welcomed, making it incredibly endearing and memorable across different demographics and age groups. It was a small moment that grew into something huge. This unique greeting quickly transcended the boundaries of the television screen. It began appearing in various forms of media and everyday conversation. Other television shows, movies, and even comic strips would reference the Norm shout, often as a humorous homage or a knowing nod to a shared cultural touchstone. People started using it in real-life bars, at parties, or whenever a familiar friend arrived. This organic spread demonstrated the powerful impact of Cheers and its beloved characters. The simple act of shouting a name became synonymous with a certain kind of warm, enthusiastic welcome, embedding itself into the lexicon of popular culture. George Wendt, as the man behind Norm, found himself inextricably linked to this phenomenon. He often recounted amusing anecdotes of being greeted with enthusiastic shouts of "Norm" by fans in public places. While some actors might find such constant association with one character overwhelming, Wendt generally embraced it with good humor. It was, after all, a clear indication of the affection people held for his work, and for the character he brought to life so perfectly. While popular acclaim is significant, George Wendt's portrayal of Norm Peterson also earned him considerable recognition from within the entertainment industry. His peers and critics alike acknowledged his exceptional work on Cheers. The most prominent form of this recognition came through multiple nominations for the Primetime Emmy Award. He was nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series for 6 consecutive years, from 1984 through 1989. This consistent string of nominations highlighted his sustained excellence and his crucial role in the ensemble cast of one of television's most lauded comedies, a remarkable achievement. Although an Emmy win for his role as Norm ultimately eluded him, the sheer number of nominations was a powerful testament to his talent. In a highly competitive category, filled with gifted comedic actors, being recognized year after year underscored the quality and impact of his performance. These nominations placed him among the elite comedic actors on television during that era. They signified that the industry recognized his skill in comedic timing, character development, and his seamless integration into a brilliant ensemble. The respect of his peers was clearly evident through this sustained acknowledgement of his work on the show. Beyond the Emmy nominations specifically for Cheers, George Wendt has been part of productions that received numerous other awards and accolades. Cheers itself was a critical darling, winning a total of 28 Primetime Emmy Awards and 6 Golden Globe Awards during its illustrious run. George Wendt's portrayal of Norm Peterson solidified the everyman archetype in sitcoms. Norm was relatable, grounded, and humorous. His character became a staple in successful comedies. Wendt's performance showed that great comedy could be found in the ordinary. George Wendt's contribution to pop culture extends beyond Norm Peterson. His face and voice are instantly recognizable. He represents a particular era of television. His presence evokes nostalgia and genuine humor. Wendt's down-to-earth persona contributes to his lasting appeal. He supports various causes and remains connected to Chicago. Ultimately, George Wendt's iconic status and genuine appeal ensure his place in television history. George Wendt's journey through entertainment is remarkable. He began at the Second City in Chicago. This foundation in improv comedy served him well. His role as Norm Peterson on Cheers made him iconic. Norm became a beloved fixture in millions of living rooms. Wendt's portrayal was genuine and effortless. He made Norm feel like an old friend. This connection is a rare achievement. The impact of Norm Peterson on television history is immense. He was more than just a barfly, he was a cultural touchstone. The cry of Norm upon his entrance became legendary. It symbolized camaraderie and the comfort of a welcoming community. Cheers remains a masterclass in sitcom writing and ensemble performance. George Wendt's contribution as Norm was central to its enduring appeal. The character's relatability and gentle humor continue to resonate with new generations. He remains one of television's most cherished and recognizable figures, a testament to Wendt's perfect embodiment. Beyond the barstool, George Wendt has cultivated a rich and varied career. He successfully navigated the challenge of being typecast by an iconic role. He appeared in numerous films, showcasing his range from comedy to drama. Movies like Fletch, Gung Ho, and even House demonstrated his versatility. His return to the theater and acclaimed productions like Art and Hairspray further highlighted his talents. He has also lent his distinctive voice to animated projects. This consistent work across different mediums underscores his dedication as a performer, always seeking new avenues for his craft. George Wendt's influence extends to the very fabric of television comedy. His portrayal of Norm Peterson helped solidify the everyman archetype. This character type became a beloved staple in sitcoms for years to come. He demonstrated that an ordinary, relatable figure could be a source of immense humor and heart. Furthermore, his seamless work within the Cheers ensemble showcased the power of collaborative performance. He brought an authenticity and grounded presence to his roles. This approach has undoubtedly inspired countless actors and writers in the comedy genre, shaping the way such characters are crafted and appreciated. George Wendt's legacy is the deep personal connection audiences feel with him. His approachable demeanor has made him an enduringly popular figure. The spontaneous shouts of Norm he encounters in public are a testament to this widespread affection. He projects a warmth and sincerity that makes people feel comfortable. This ability to connect on a human level is a rare gift. His career demonstrates a quiet professionalism and a genuine love for the art of performance. George Wendt is more than just an actor. He is a comforting presence who has brought immense joy to millions.